Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with another process video for you using the Cheeky Studio August kit, which is so awesome. And what I'm doing here, I just showed you a sketch. There are some sketches provided in the August kit to kind of jumpstart your scrappy inspiration, which I think is such a great idea. I love it when sketches are provided in kits when kit clubs do that, just because sometimes you get all these goodies and maybe you don't know where to start. I mean, I have like a whole Pinterest album, a scrapbook cards Pinterest album, so I always have ideas pinned to that album. But you know, if I'm making a process video, I'm recording, I don't always have access to that, but sometimes I don't bring my computer down into the scrap room with me, or sometimes you just want something new and you don't want to have to scroll through your Pinterest board looking for something. And so I like that Tuesday added 4 sketches in the August kit. So I decided I was going to work with one of them. It was a 4-photo sketch, and I had some photos from a little mini vacation that my husband and I took last spring. They were photos from Vermont. We went to the state capital. We stopped there for lunch. We were actually we're doing a little bit of sightseeing all throughout Vermont on a little weekend trip. So we stopped at a place called Pinky's to eat lunch, and I took some photos, obviously, of the place where we ate, and just some photos of the state capital itself, because Montpelier, I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it, or how the locals say it, but it was not really what I expected. It's a very small town, as capital cities go, I suppose. So I just wanted to snap some pictures of the little town, and so we could remember what it looked like. So I had these photos, 4 photos. It worked out perfectly the way I was able to cut them down to fit the sketch. I pretty much stuck to the sketch exactly. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Since this was the first time that I was using the sketch, I decided that I was just gonna stick to it pretty exact. So for this layout, the stuff that I used from the kit were the pattern papers, and I'm actually really quickly trying to locate which pattern papers I used. It was the American Crafts Remember and Amy Tangerine Shine On. Yes, American Crafts Remember, Amy Tangerine Shine On, and then the Basil Black cardstock. I think it was called Black of cardstock, which is, I love Basil. I'm so glad that she included the Basil cardstock in this kit. And then I added some white cardstock just to back those 3 photos. Originally, I wasn't going to back them, but when I had laid them out, just the 3 of them, that floral paper there was a little busy, and I thought the photos kind of got lost just if I had just placed them right on top. So I decided to, I just had some white cardstock in my stash. It was actually from my scrap drawer. So I just decided to back them on the white cardstock. There was a white in that floral paper, so, it fit the color scheme, no big deal. And that was actually the branding strip from the Amy Tangerine paper. So I just decided to use that, get a little bit of that used up, and use that as the kind of top border. Again, following the sketch pretty exactly. Other elements that I'm going to use from the August kit on this are the alpha stickers from Maggie Holmes. You get a lot of Maggie Holmes Willow Lane products in this kit. I use a couple of the Maggie Holmes Willow Lane regular star stickers, and I do use one of the Notebook Nancy ephemera pieces. You get a lot of ephemera pieces, as you always do with Cheeky Studio products. There's a lot of ephemera pieces in the ephemera pack. One of the ones that I really liked was a camera, and it made me think of vacation photos, which is actually why I pulled some of these vacation photos to use with this kit. And so the camera, I didn't notice it at first, but I'm looking at it up close, and there's a little bit of, when you look at the camera lens, there's kind of words going around in a circle. It says TWG Designs, and then there's a little bitty heart in there too. So I really like that little bit of detail that you get within that ephemera. It's not just a camera. There's that little bit of detail that I think is really nice in the Cheeky Studio ephemera pieces there. So there's the camera from the Notebook Nancy collection. And again, I'm using all of this that came in the August kit. The August kit, if you didn't subscribe and you didn't get the August kit, if there are leftovers, they will be available to purchase on their own next month. You can still sign up for a 6-month subscription to the Cheeky Studio Kit Club. I'll have a link below for that. The Notebook Nancy ephemera is available to purchase on its own, so you don't have to miss out on that. You can go to the Cheeky Studio store right now, and of course, use my discount code COOKSCRAP10 to save on your order. There's lots of other great goodies in the Cheeky Studio store as well. I encourage you to check those out too. I haven't gotten, well, you see in the corner there, I've pulled some buttons from my stash. Those are very old October afternoon buttons. I'm pretty sure they're October afternoon. When I was looking at that floral paper, for some reason, those buttons came to mind. The colors seemed to, I guess, kind of go or be similar. And the buttons actually, some of the textures on the buttons are actually flowers. And so they just kind of reminded me of those buttons. So that's why I pulled them. Originally, I was thinking of taking the old Cheeky Studio unicorn mode sequins and doing some type of like border around that floral paper. And then when I pulled the buttons, I thought, you know what, I like the buttons and the sequins don't really go together. So I just decided to commit to just doing the buttons. And I like the way that it turns out. I also pulled the twine from the August kit, and I really love that color of twine. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of blue. You've probably heard me say that before. And I have some twine in that color in my in one of my drawers, one of my scrap drawers too. I love that. I love the color together. It's like kind of a teal and a white stripe twine. So it's the perfect color mix for this kit. So for that camera piece, I was just popping it up on some craft foam, and then I decided I did it kind of backwards, but I decided after the fact that I was going to make some twine clusters or some twine clumps to go behind the camera piece. So obviously I hadn't really thought this out too far in advance. What I had done in advance was kind of take my pictures, cut them down, kind of pick out the papers that I wanted to use and lay that out. I hadn't really thought that far in advance about the embellishments and the placement of those. So of course here I am, like ripping that up and bending the camera piece. Ugh. The adhesive that I'm using is like super sticky and doesn't come up very well. But I'm determined to use up the adhesive that I have before I go out and buy more. Anyway, so I'm kind of just like fiddling with it and making some clumps, and then I'm going to use some glue dots to kind of stick it down, and I'm going to put the buttons over those little twine clumps. And I've seen other scrapbookers do this with like embroidery floss and thread, that type of thing. I just decided to do it with the twine. I don't remember what collection those buttons are from, what the name of it was. I think I have some other ephemera pieces from that October afternoon collection, but I'm not sure. But I like the blues, all of the blues in that collection. They're very pretty, and they go really well with the blues in that floral paper, that American Crafts paper. It's really pretty. Oh, actually, as I'm looking at this, it's both of the pattern papers that I'm using. because American Crafts like owns everything, both of the pattern papers that I used were American Crafts Amy Tangerine. They're both Amy Tangerine, owned by American Crafts. American Crafts has a monopoly on everything. Just can't believe it. So I took a break in the filming because I went over to my Spellbinders grand caliber machine and I cut myself a circle out of that little blue pattern paper there per the sketch. And that's where I'm going to use those Heidi Swap alpha stickers to put my title, which is Capital City. Not very exciting, pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I used the right form of the word capital. I didn't look it up beforehand. Actually, as I'm thinking about it, maybe it should be CAPITOL. Instead of like a capital letter. I might have to go back and fix that. Oh boy. I have an English minor, not an English major. Wasn't really thinking about it. Anyway, so I'm putting those letter stickers down, and I love that you get not just letter stickers in this kit, but that you get 4 different colors of letter stickers. It's so helpful when you get letter stickers in a scrapbook kit, I think. Then I'm just going to add some of the little star stickers. There are hearts on that sheet as well, but I went with the star stickers. I guess I was just thinking that sometimes when you're looking on a map, the cities are marked with a star. So that's why I went with the stars. I did 2 teal ones and then one of them a black one because those are the colors, part of the color scheme that's on the sheet. And then there I cut something else out from a different pattern paper that I had in my stash, and that says Memories. It's a journaling square. It's from a Recollections paper pad that I got at Michael's, and it's pink, and the pink color pretty decently matched the pink color here. And I just wanted to kind of, in the sketch there was a journaling spot right there on that side. So I just kind of wanted to have a place to journal per the sketch. And here I cut it so that it would, extend and be kind of like the way the sketch looked. And I'm just trying to use that ruler. That's an old Creative Memories ruler. That was one of my mom's from like the 90s. I still have it, and I still, use it as a ruler. I was just trying to, measure and make sure that I was lining them up properly. So I cut them in half, or not really in half, but I cut it, and then I'm going to have the top piece there that says Memories up at the top, and then the bottom piece where the journaling goes is going to extend to the bottom so that it sort of looks like it's extending all the way behind the picture, even though it's not. And then I'm going to put my journaling at the bottom. And one thing that you don't see in the video, I added this after the fact. There are these, on the Maggie Holmes sticker sheet, there are these translucent word stickers. And where I did the journaling, I just added, there was one little word, a very tiny little word, it says, yep. And I just added that where I did the journaling. I just thought it was so funny and just kind of like a, yep, we were here. See what we saw? Yep. So my journaling just says, stopped in Montpellier for, I can't even say it right. I swear I'm an American citizen. We stopped there for lunch. The dreary day didn't help the capital city look very picturesque. But I would definitely recommend that if you're traveling through Vermont to stop at Pinky's on State, because we had good sandwiches there. They were really good. Anyway, and I loved being in Vermont. I would totally go back. I would love to spend more time there. So that is my layout using the August kit. Like I said, link below for the Cheeky Studios store, and use my discount code COOKSCRAP10 to save 10% on your order. Here are the close-ups. I've also got all my links to the social media channels, so I'd love for you to follow me and check out the blog so you can see more scrappy goodness all the time. It's almost like every day. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.